and welcome to this course insight video for the Expert Prep and Expert Coach Level 4 courses with the Global Syndicate of Mountain Bike Coaches. This video is going to take a look at some of the typical terrain we encounter during the expert coaching courses, as well as an insight into some of the theme-based coaching concepts that we cover during the course. We hope you enjoy the video and you find it useful to prepare for your upcoming GSMBC course.
All right, so Ross is a boss on this trail. He's going to show us Angry Pyro, which is a black tech trail. And we'll talk about some of the themes. So one of the riding themes we talk about on the level 4 is power flow. Ross has a lot of. As you can see, he's dropping the hill already. Very quick on a bike. Don't need to be that quick. Power and flow are two key things we look for in a rider. And we use it as a benchmark to explore skills, come up with drills, find terrain that we can use for expert coaching. A rider can be really powerful and strong, but they can lack flow. Vice versa, a rider can have lots of flow, but maybe lack a bit of strength and stability. So trying to find the balance between the two is key. Nice. So the idea of a theme is it helps bring focus to your coaching session for expert riders and allows the coach to bring in potentially more than one skill to develop in their rider. It helps the coach choose terrain, choose drills as well. So theme-based coaching is one of the elements that we bring in to the level 4 course, and it creates some very creative lessons. It allows for very creative lessons. It allows for more options and choices of the coach, while still giving the lesson overall focus. Power and play. Have a think about that when you're riding, or even your coaching next time you go out.
Behind Paul, and as you can see, we're riding some slightly more tacky trails right now. And one of the other themes we focus on is confidence and adaptability. Big part of advanced riding. How do we as coaches help develop confidence and adaptability within riders? A lot of varied trails here in Whistler. We're now going to go into Afternoon Delight. I'm having a hard time chatting, keeping up with Paul. And obviously, how do we as coaches help riders adapt to different terrain types? Got a nice little pre-hop in there. Woo! Definitely one of the sickest tech trails in Whistler. Bit of speed, bit of technicality. Claiming never really goes down here. We normally go the fast way, so we're going to be jumping into a slower bit of tech. Forced to adapt. Even changing a trail might be considered a way of challenging the adaptability of a rider. So we don't necessarily need to do too much. Which line's he going to take? Does he know the sneaky way? Don't think he does.
That was not the right line.
Especially when Richie's following you. So.
You're supposed to go left there, I think.
God. Oh God. All right, so we're dropping into lower A line here. We think about confidence as a coach, how we can build that up. Obviously, having our people skills and mental skills dialed, having an awareness of what's providing the rider we're working with potential anxiety, doubt. So as a coach, we want to really make sure we connect with our students, but also being aware of what's going to represent a good progression pathway to be able to challenge themselves, but not knock their confidence. Phew.
Speed and precision's another theme. Ninja Cougar's a great trail for it, a little slow trail. You gotta be precise with your line choice, pressure points, and even your pressure control. If you're too precise, you lose speed. Sometimes. Focus just on your feet and lose precision. This is a trail I can rarely keep up to Ross in. He's fantastic at cornering. As you can see, he's dropping me, but the takeaway there is we're looking at expert riders on the level 4, not pro riders, so people get a little bit stressed about riding standards, and yeah, they're high, but you don't have to be perfect. There's plenty of room to grow, evolve, and improve your skills still. All right, Russ, share with the viewers a couple of tips for preparing for the course.
Okay, so tip number 1 is probably like watch really high-end riding, really have your understanding of how the skills relate to really like high performance riding. So that's a really good tip for that, like watching World Cup racing, watching any like high-end freeride freestyle. So that's a really good one. Tip number 2 is really sort of engage your brain, your coaching brain in and practice, even like whether it's with friends or even, you know, while you're on the chairlift or at your local trail, just watching someone ride and imagine, okay, like if I was to try and build a progression for them, how would I do that? So you start to really think about problem solving, how to help someone get better. And then tip number 3 is really make sure that you're really dialed with all your guiding, class management skills. Those things should be like breathing. If you're worrying about those, it's very hard to think cognitively about how to run a high-end lesson. So really have them really dialed. Oh, what about you? Any tips for getting ready for level 4 course?
I think, first of all, get lots of good sleep and eat lots of good food. Come into the course physically and mentally ready to roll with plenty of energy in the bank. It is a physically and mentally demanding course. So yeah, you want to come in well prepared. I think number 2 is, this is much easier said than done. I totally get it, but don't stress. People come in with all these kind of often expectations that are way above the course. They think we're going to ride crazy stuff. They think we're going to ride super hard all the time. And we are riding some expert terrain and we are riding hard some of the time. But like any coaching program, we're always trying to deliver the course to the people we're teaching to. And so we cater it to the weather, we cater it to the energy of the group that day. We want anyone on the course to be successful and have a good time. So remember that. So relax, come into it. And in that regard, it's just like any other coaching program. If you're a coach and you coach a lot, you do that with your students, you do that on your programs. And we're going to do the same with you when you come on the Expert Coach Level 4 course. So we want you all to relax, come in, be ready to learn and to push yourself for sure. But come in, relax, because it's going to be a good time. We call it bike camp. It's 5 days of bike camp, nerding out on coaching, nerding out on biking and suspension and trails, terrain, everything. And it's just like mountain bike coaching concentrated into 5 days. And who doesn't want to do a ton of that? So if in doubt, check us out, just sign up, and we'll see you on the course.
All right, crews, it's a little blue jump trail here. Talked about the riding standard for the level 4 expert coach course. And in a nutshell, comfortable, you can show some style and creativity on a blue jump trail, intermediate blue jump trail. And I've traveled a lot around the world. I've ridden in bike parks, Tasmania, Australia, all through the US, even in the UK and Wales and Derby. And it's pretty consistent, a blue intermediate jump trail. For sure there's bigger and smaller ones, but it's a good place to start. If you can do a blue jump trail, show some style, a couple little tabletops, that's a good place to start for level 4. So trails like cranking up. Plenty of fun terrain. Really shows some creativity and style. It really refines some more advanced techniques. Things like counter-rotating, pre-leading, pressure control, really pumping. Lots of things we can have fun with on blue trails. So one of the misperceptions on the level 4 is we spend the whole time riding gnarly terrain, and we spend a lot of time still riding greens and blues because it's still such a fantastic place to teach and develop skills.
So as we follow this rider down the blue trail, have a think about some of the things we've discussed in this video, and please know that this is just a course insight video. We haven't included every single type of terrain, riding style or riding speed that might take place on the Expert Coach Level 4 course. In terms of the riding standard and the expectations for Level 4 coaches on blue jump trails, the expectation is definitely to show autonomy of skills. So that refinement is really there, and the rider is very comfortable on these blue jump trails. So as you can see, following this rider down the trail, we see some manuals, some little nose wheelies, some pre-hopping, some pumping, some tabletops or small whips. Nothing too crazy, nothing too big, but just really seeing a playfulness, a creativity and style, and that's a sign that the rider is truly comfortable and truly autonomous on these kind of blue flow trails. So another theme that we look at on the Expert Coach Level 4 course is creativity and style. Creativity is a fantastic element in riding and can be a wonderful tool to improve many of the technical skills in our riders, especially during a long-term coaching program. If we can get riders to be more creative, we can expand their trail scanning, their line choice, we can increase their range of movement through their stability and balance. We can get them to be more active and playful on the bike with pumping and pressure control. Just having a theme of creativity and style can be a wonderful tool to direct a lot of these kind of skill-based lessons. In terms of style, this can also be something that's not just about tricks. It can be an individual style, a racer style, a playful trick-based style, maybe a strong, calm style, or a very kind of light, springy style. So again, just ideas and concepts that can help focus sessions through a long-term coaching program, which is a key component of the Level 4 course, is learning how to take the skill blending lessons, technical, biomechanical based lessons, and how do we actually build that into a larger multi-week program to have a logical, natural flow to the coaching through a season. So let's take a look at a couple of grams here to show you why the level 4 standard is the way it is. So the girl here is 12 and then the boy is 14, and we're going to jump into Dirt Merchant and Proline here, which are the expert jump trails in Whistler Bike Park. So as you can see, they're very relaxed on these large jumps. Good stability and balance on the bike, good pressure control, good timing. Kai, the boy in front, he does not live in Whistler. He doesn't ride these jump trails all the time, and that's a key point we want to make. Just get this drop. Whoa. Yeah. So the level 4 is not a Whistler-based course. I've worked and coached all around the world, as have many GSMBC mentors and coaches, and we see riders at this riding level all around the world, whether it's in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, the US, Spain, further afield. And there is some amazing bike parks and features all around the world, and with modern bikes we see kids riding at this level everywhere, and not just kids. I taught a 72-year-old grandma how to do the A-line drop. Oh, just landed a bit deep, get some speed. And that's the key here. This is the state of the modern mountain bike industry. If we've got older people, younger people, all riding these trails, looking to progress safely, big drop, we need coaches that are comfortable guiding and coaching and developing skills in this terrain, and that is the heart of the expert coach level 4 course. Get some speed up. Love the feel of that jump. Summer and Kai doing a great job down Proline. Haven't tagged any jumps. They love this trail. So we may ride this trail on the expert coach level 4 course. It's not strictly the standard. We are looking more at the standard for A-line and Merchant Rutabaga. Yeah, good job, kids. Nice work.
So everyone asks about A-line with a level 4, and just have to be comfortable on A-line, consistent, correct technique, and show a small amount of style, maybe a little turn bar, little tabletop, maybe a little whip. We don't have to be riding trails like Proline. Dirt Merchant would be acceptable, and to translate that to other areas, we're basically looking at flat jump trails, mostly with tabletops, the occasional hip. But again, fairly simple. It's just a tabletop, about 3 bike lengths, anywhere up to about 3 bike lengths from lip to knuckle, but a very safe feature. So jumping isn't always about the size, it's about the shape as well. So you can have a smaller jump that's a lot more difficult if the shape's not right. So even though the jumps on A-line are quite big, they're very safe to learn, and they're easier to ride because the shape is so good. So follow me down A-line, and hopefully that'll give you a sense of what the expectations are if we're running a level 4 course and there's a black jump trail. I'm going to keep it fairly mellow, nothing crazy. So hopefully this will inspire you and build some confidence to come check out the level 4. Let's roll.
So one of the things we look for as we continue down A-line is a nice flow with the movements, stability and balance, and then pressure control. Loading the bike early and smoothly through the bottom of the ramps, absorbing the lip, nice and controlled in the air, and adjusting the timing for the speed size and shape of the jumps. A smaller jump there, shorter ramp. And one of the goals coming into the level 4 course is that you're comfortable riding a blue and a black jump trail in your warm-up lap. You might not be going full speed, might not be having full steez, full style, might be a couple of jumps you roll. But if you think about it, if you're coaching on black jump trails, you need to be at a point where they're comfortable enough that you can ride smoothly on them. So thinking of the Peckham skill development model, processing, emerging, consolidating, autonomous, and mastery, you're looking to be at least autonomous on blue and black jump trails so that you're safe and you have bandwidth and you can focus on the needs and desires of your students and managing your class. So that consolidation, that autonomy is a really important part of not just your riding skills as a coach to demonstrate things, but to manage risk and focus on the needs of your student. And as we go into lower A line here, this also translates to technical training. So we don't have as many steep kind of rock rolls or steep terrain in this video, but we do ride that terrain during the Expert Coach Level 4 course. There's some technical terrain here with some tight rocky sections. So that concept is the same. If we're comfortable, we're somewhat autonomous in this expert single black diamond, maybe some double black diamond trails, then we can plan our lesson, we can adapt our lesson, we can focus on our students and focus on our risk management. So the social guiding and teaching pillars of the GSMBC coaching framework. For more details, check out our website at gsmbc.prep.